Hello, I'm Jo, and I'm founder and nurturer at Stone and Joy. And I'm here today to introduce the Stone and Joy Online's Crystal course, where you learn how to use crystals to unlock abundance, joy, happiness, starting today. Now, I love all things crystals and all things related to reclaiming our power and our creativity, for we are all of us. Every single one of us, we are powerfully creative beings, and crystals are a tool to help us to achieve that. Now, people are drawn to crystals, and they can often find themselves in quite a confusing, even intimidating world, really. And whilst they totally believe in the power of crystals to help us emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually, they can just feel like their crystal knowledge is limiting them, and they can feel, I think with any industry, you feel like you're surrounded by terminology and acronyms, things that you just don't understand. And with no clear guidance, we can feel that we're selecting the wrong crystals for the wrong reasons, and wondering if this is actually even doing more harm than good, and not knowing the best ways to use crystals, to cleanse them, to activate them, or even how to properly store them. And so this fear of making mistakes, this uncertainty, it can all just seem a little bit like a gargantuan, too gargantuan a task to overcome. And I feel that we've all been there. We've all wanted to know more about crystals, and yet we're left feeling a bit hesitant and a bit unsure. We want to work with the crystals, but we don't know how, and we fear getting it wrong. And we want to learn more, but we don't know where to begin, because the information online can all seem so contradictory, quite honestly. And at Stone and Joy, I understand these struggles. I've experienced them myself, and that's why, here within the online course, I've quite deliberately gone out to create a safe and warm and supportive space to help you to take the next steps on your crystal journey and feel really confident in doing so. And the Stone and Joy self-paced online crystal course offers a wealth of information on crystals and their various properties, so that you can make informed choices about which crystal is best suited for your particular needs at any one time. And those needs do change. But in addition to that, you learn how to properly cleanse, look after, and activate your crystals to get the most out of them, to use them in the most effective way, and how often to use them. That's also can be quite daunting and confusing as well. And the course has a lovely, easy to follow format. It's broken down into module by modules. You don't have to worry about making mistakes or feeling anxious about taking the wrong steps, because there are none. You'll be guided through of it. And there are no big exams to worry about. There's just the occasional quiz, which is designed to just reinforce your learnings. It's not designed to test you, it's just designed to reinforce your learning, that's all. And we also have an app, so that you can learn on the go. And that app also includes a Facebook-style community where all students can post updates and photos of their crystals and their treatments in a really safe and like-minded community. So your crystal post will always receive a cheer there. Because you see, when I first started my journey with crystals, I was really confused. And I also felt a little bit like my friends might think I'd gone a little bit crazy. I knew the basics, like I knew that different crystals had different properties, but it was hard to know when and how to use them. And I was lucky enough to find a mentor she was a real expert in the field, and she taught me so much initially. And since then, I've invested thousands in learning about crystals and becoming a fully qualified crystal therapist. And along that journey, I have learned how to manifest more abundance and bring more joy and happiness into my life. And honestly, the results are just mind-blowing. I talk about it within the course, so I'm not going to dwell on it now, but when I look back to where I started and where I am now, the difference is stark. And interestingly, as time went on, more and more of my friends, well, instead of thinking I'd gone nuts, well, they wanted to get in on the party as well. But it's all this knowledge and my passion for helping others. That's what drove me to create the Stone and Joy online crystals course. And I saw how people were struggling to understand how to work with their crystals. And I just wanted to give them the tools, the techniques that I had learned to help them just get the most out of their crystals. Because when people buy crystals, they rarely come with an instruction manual. And I wanted to provide something that was a comprehensive learning experience and an experience, not just a book to read. I wanted it to be an experiential course that would help them to learn how to use their crystals more effectively by doing it. And that's what the course is all about. The course is designed to help people make the most out of their crystals. It doesn't just teach them how to work with the crystals, it shows them how to work with the crystals, to manifest abundance, to get grounded, to get centered, to activate their energy centers. And as you progress through the course, you start to learn how to set up your own self-care treatments. And once you've learned how to do that, well, then you can use them on yourself again and again and again. So you get that feel-good factor time and time again. And I just think that's amazing. So there you have it, really. That's why I created the Stone and Joy online crystals course. And I'm passionate about crystals, and I wanted to share that with others so that they too could shine and they too could vibrate at a higher level and attract in all the things that would give them their dream lives. So module by module, your confidence will grow and grow. And remember, you have access to the course for life. There is no rush in the Stone and Joy Crystals course. So if you are wondering if this is for you, then let me just ask you some questions. So perhaps, do you own crystals and you want to learn more about how to use them? And if so, the Stone and Joy online crystals courses will be just your cup of tea, as we say here in England, although I'm in Wales in truth. Maybe are you interested in unlocking the power of crystals and integrating them into your life? And if that's the case, then you will find that each module of the course builds up your confidence at choosing the right crystal for specific issues and problems, and it will show you how to use them to harness their energies as well. Or perhaps maybe you feel increasingly drawn to crystals, but you feel a bit lost, like you just don't know where to start. Then rest assured that this course starts with the very basics, which is all about keeping you safe. And by the end of the course, you'll be amazed at the knowledge and the confidence that you've accumulated throughout it. And it may be that you're wondering if by doing this course, it will raise your vibration, that it will just bring you closer to the crystals that you already own. And the answer to that is a resounding yes. I'm a fully qualified crystal therapist. I don't need to do any more courses, as I can't get any more qualified really, but I am still doing courses all the time, precisely because by doing so, they just keep my energy polished and glowing. I'm doing the courses with a tribe of people who are all very like-minded. And so we just boost each other's vibration just by being in that community. So yes, as you progress through this course, you will find yourself looking back and thinking, wow, I feel like a whole new me. And that will be from investing the time in your crystal learning. And you might also be wondering whether you have enough crystals or the right crystals in your collection to do the course. And you don't need to worry about that. There is almost no requirement for you to buy crystals to do this course. Though I strongly suspect that as you learn more and more about each crystal and get introduced to each crystal, I can pretty much guarantee that you will want to buy more. But it is not a prerequisite. And you'll hear me remind you multiple times that you don't need to rush out and buy crystals, and that you do not need to spend huge amounts of money on crystals. A tiny tumble stone is just as effective as a giant one. So dive in, is my view on that one, because at least by doing this course, you'll learn which crystals you really want to buy instead of just buying aimlessly. So don't let owning crystals be a blocker to thinking that this course isn't for you. That's just not the case at all. So go ahead, get excited, because there's a whole new world out there in front of you. And I literally mean that. It is a whole new world. It's like a different dimension and it's exciting. So click on the button below and I'll look forward to meeting you in the Stone and Joy online crystals course community. And at the monthly live sessions, I always host a monthly live session so that you can bring any questions to me and just meet me, say hello. That's absolutely, that's a fun thing to do as well. So yeah, I'll see you in the community and I can't wait.